The first country in Europe that had street lights on. This country was on the top of Europe, but as of today, it went to the bottom.
Now we're on the way to get Dracula's house.
We are at Dracula's home to find one answer. Is Dracula exist? The answer is yes, Dracula is exist, but also no.
First country of living in whole Europe. It's called by Dracula, and the most famous dish is meche.
It's not only Dracula's house that comes from my street story, but all the country of Romania is my story. And that's why I came here. We won't see the whole story, but we came here today to put ourselves in their shoes, and we will see
how is it like really
the
here?
European country that has less population year after year. Romania is not located in weird location only, but it's culturally isolated and it's the farthest point that speaks Latin. Second country in the whole world after Turkey that has gypsies. It has the third narrowest street in the world, and between narrow streets and alleys, a whole city with castles without streets, just alleys, like many other weird stuff. Romania is the gypsies singing in the woods.
I'm a reporter. I'm taking interviews here, and I believe that the best food in town is sarmale. You know sarmale?
Even easiest thing, their local food is mixed between Turkish, Latin, and they mention it as a Romanian food.
My name is Tika from Kostica.
Tika from Bostica.
Yeah, from Kostica. Kostica, it's a Romanian name.
But what is Romania? Today we will go through all this. Romania have a proverb saying that they are Latin island on Solvac Sea. And if we look at the map, they aren't the same like any other neighbors. Not that they are in the weird location, but they are literally isolated. Their rarest point speaking Latin. The 12th biggest country in Europe, Romania is located in the middle of West Europe, South Europe and East Europe. It's on the border of 5 countries, Ukraine, Moldova, Hungary, Serbia and Bulgaria. And also there is the Black Sea. It's separated for 41 quantas inside 8 states. Culturally speaking, it's separated for 3 states: Moldova, not Moldova, Wallachia, and Transylvania. The country has fair infrastructure and it's easy traveling from a city to another. Most famous 2 roads is A2 and A3. They connect the Black Sea with Bucharest and also to Hungary. And the famous place, Transylvania, as a name of famous movie won the Cannes for the director Tony Gottlieb. One of my favorite. You should watch it, it's really fun and talking about the happy culture of gypsies and warm culture. Transylvania is the place that has the Bran Castle where Draculas used to live.
On the way to get to the top, to the castle Bran, Dracula's house. He was in the army, Romanian army, and he was killing people and putting them on the sea, like barbecuing them and shit. All like old school, like 17th centuries. That's why it's kind of like scary. المكان نفسه يخوف. Also many stories here that more stranger than the fictions. Locals believes in vampires. In the World War II, it was used as a hospital for sick people. And here in the castle there's some secret passages, but anyways it's a castle, so definitely there is. Vlad the Impaler, as known as Count Dracula. مش عارف المفروض ان انا خايف دلوقتي.
The country of castles, although it's the country of narrow streets, the country of the first light on Europe, but it's so boring. The country of small buildings, but it has the heaviest building on earth. It was one of the top European countries. It's big country and has a lot of diversity.
رومانيا زمان كانت عباره عن قلاع وقصور بسبب الحروب اللي كانت بتواجهها رومانيا. لو لاحظنا ان رومانيا عباره عن بلد وسط مجموعه بلاد ما فيش منهم حد بيتكلم نفس اللغه بتاعتهم او قريبه منها. هما بيتكلموا شويه لاتيني. بس يعني تقريبا لو هنقارن اللغة بتاعتهم بالاسباني هتكون 50%.
الحياة اللي انا قضيتها على الممشى دوت ملهاش اي ثلاثة لازمة. برجع تاني والف يعني سبحان الله.
I'm so depressed. I'm just feeling so depressed, like I start to think even on how the people spending the jail time. Just because I spent few days here in Romania and I start feel like this is bad.
المشكلة هي مفيش ناس، مفيش عالم، مفيش أي بني آدم.
So well, as we said, good is good, bad is an experience.
Because they have strong habits, a strong culture, they remain unchanged. Imagine if you are weak, everything can change you. Okay? You start to learn different habits, you start to learn different languages and everything else, and you lose your origins. But we never lost our origin.
So modern, it was so cool. It was like New York, you know.
So Brasov was a powerful commercial center within the centuries, and it's attested by most of the principal of Romania.
Where I sit in 2020, you still like to live here. It's your home, right?
It's your home. Never imagine myself living in Bucharest.
It was one of the top European countries. It's a big country and has a lot of diversity. Romania has 19.5 million people with 16.2 decrease since its peak 1991 at 23 millions. 88% Romanians, 8% Hungarians, Gypsies are 3% and 2% different nationalities. However, they are EU, but they aren't Schengen, and their currency is leu. Their language is 15% Slovak. How did this happen? Romania in the old age, it was called Dacia, and their people called Dacian, the cousins of Sarakians. There isn't much information about it, but they were famous with special clothes and work techniques. And they were very similar to Spartans, and they were called with red hair, 200 years before calendar. Romans came and they destroyed everything, and they seized everything, and they put the Roman touch on everything. And like this, they became the first Roman country on earth. By time Slovak moved to the south after Roman country fall down, but they avoided costs because they knew Latins were taken over. And after Balkans country fall down, Romania isolated from all countries, and that's why they became different from any neighbor country. The three colors on Romanian flag mean to be part of Romania, and each part has their king, unofficial. Their wedding bar is full of kidnapping, and the friend of the bride go drink something in the bar, but in the end they are all happy. They also have nice festivals with beer clothes. In the end, there's a proverb here saying that the best friend of Romania is the Black Sea, because it's the only one who didn't try to conquer it. After fall of Soviet Union and after became NATO with a good relation with EU and as one of the poorest countries in Europe, but they didn't fall down because of investment and loans from EU. Romania was Russia as a relationship, it's complicated. After fall of Soviet Union, they were having problems about Transylvania that you may hear a lot of it nowadays during Russian and Ukrainian war, and they had a lot of tension for that. Serbia is the only country from neighbor country that is kind of friendly because there were no any kind of conflict, and with Bulgaria they share that they are both part of EU but not part of Schengen because they are lower standard than other EU countries. The Romanian had first flights in Europe, but this country is boring. And they have a nice culture of gypsies, but also this country is boring. And they have very colorful festival and nice festival, but they are also boring. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and see you soon.